New York in 1900 stood at a pivotal moment in history. Through AI reconstruction of historical photographs and paintings, we watched the transformation of this city from a small Dutch trading post into the greatest metropolis America has ever known. Join me as we travel through 250 years of remarkable change. I'm William, and this is the story of how New York became New York. From wooden houses to steel skyscrapers, from a population of 1,000 to 3.5 million, from Dutch colony to financial capital of the world. This is a journey through centuries of transformation. New Amsterdam, 1650. A Dutch fur trading outpost clings to the southern tip of Manhattan Island. Barely 1,000 souls live here, protected by a crude wooden wall that runs along what will one day be called Wall Street. Timber houses with steep, gabled roofs line narrow dirt lanes. A solitary windmill turns slowly against the sky. Beyond the wooden palisade, dense forests cover the rest of Manhattan. Native American trails wind through ancient oak and chestnut trees. The Dutch settlers trade beaver pelts and tobacco, their small fort and counting houses representing the furthest reach of European civilization. The Hudson and East Rivers teem with fish and provide natural harbors for merchant vessels. Colonial New York, 1776. The British now control what was once New Amsterdam. The population has swelled to 25,000. Georgian brick buildings replace the old Dutch timber structures. Trinity Church rises on Broadway, its white spire the tallest structure in the city, visible for miles across the surrounding farmland. This is British military headquarters during the Revolutionary War. Redcoat soldiers march through cobblestone streets. Wealthy loyalist merchants conduct business from counting houses near the docks. The Great Fire of '76 will soon destroy nearly a quarter of the city, consuming hundreds of buildings in a single night of chaos and flames. Early Republic, 1820. America's young democracy finds its commercial heart in New York. The population surges past 100,000. Federal Hall stands on Wall Street, where George Washington took the oath of office as the first president 3 decades earlier. The building now serves as Customs House, processing goods from around the world. The Erie Canal, under construction in upstate New York, will soon connect the Atlantic to the Great Lakes, transforming this city into America's gateway to the continent. South Street Seaport teems with merchant vessels. 3-masted clipper ships unload cargo from China, India, and Europe. Stevedores swarm the docks from dawn until dusk. The city's street grid extends steadily northward, carved from farmland and rocky terrain. Commissioner's Plan of 1811 dictates the future. Straight avenues running north-south, cross streets running east-west. This rational geometry will shape Manhattan's development for the next 2 centuries, transforming wilderness into urban blocks. Civil War era, 1863. New York's population approaches 800,000. The city has become a magnet for European immigrants fleeing famine and political upheaval. Germans, Irish, Italians crowd into 5-story tenement buildings on the Lower East Side. Entire families occupy single rooms with no running water or indoor plumbing. The draft riots of July 1863 exposed deep social tensions. For 3 days, mobs burn buildings and attack African Americans. Federal troops fresh from Gettysburg restore order, but not before over 100 people lie dead. The violence reveals the stark divide between rich and poor in wartime New York. Meanwhile, wealthy families build elegant brownstone mansions along Fifth Avenue. Central Park, designed by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux, takes shape in the middle of Manhattan Island. 800 acres of rock outcrops and swampland transform into carefully designed landscapes. Winding paths and artificial lakes meant to provide respite from urban density. The Gilded Age, 1895. New York's population explodes past 3 million, making it the second largest city in the world after London. The Brooklyn Bridge, completed in 1883, spans the East River on massive stone towers and steel cables. This engineering marvel connects Manhattan to Brooklyn, enabling unprecedented urban expansion. Elevated railways run on steel trestles high above the streets, their steam locomotives rattling overhead every few minutes. The 3rd Avenue L and 6th Avenue L carry hundreds of thousands daily. Below, streets choke with horse-drawn carriages, delivery wagons, and pedestrians. The din is constant, overwhelming, unlike anything the world has known before. Electric lights begin replacing gas lamps on major thoroughfares. Broadway blazes with the new illumination, earning its nickname, the Great White Way. The first skyscrapers employ revolutionary steel frame construction technology. Buildings can now rise 10, 12, even 15 stories without collapsing under their own weight, transforming the urban skyline forever. Yet stark inequality defines the era. Millionaires like Vanderbilt, Astor, and Carnegie build palatial mansions occupying entire city blocks. On the Lower East Side, immigrants crowd into dark, airless tenements. Jacob Riis photographs the other half, exposing conditions that shock middle-class conscience and spark demands for reform. Turn of the century 1900. Greater New York has just been created, consolidating Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island into one municipality. With 3.5 million inhabitants, New York becomes the world's second largest city. The financial district transforms into a canyon of tall buildings, casting streets into perpetual shadow. The American Surety Building and Park Row Building rise over 20 stories, dwarfing Trinity Church, whose spire once dominated the skyline. Steel frames support thousands of tons. Electric elevators whisk office workers to unprecedented heights. These skyscrapers announce American ambition and engineering prowess to the world, symbols of a new century and a rising power. Electric trolleys replace horse-drawn streetcars. Overhead wires crisscross every major avenue. Underground, engineers plan an ambitious rapid transit system that will move millions through tunnels beneath city streets. The Metropolitan Museum of Art and Carnegie Hall established New York as a cultural capital, rivaling the great cities of Europe. The Roaring Twenties, 1928. New York's skyline explodes upward in an unprecedented building boom. The Woolworth Building soars 60 stories, its Gothic terracotta facade gleaming white and gold. The Chrysler Building and Empire State Building are already in planning stages, each hoping to claim the title of world's tallest structure. The subway now carries 3 million passengers daily through a complex network of tunnels. Speakeasies and jazz clubs flourish despite prohibition. The Harlem Renaissance produces an extraordinary flowering of African-American art, literature, and music. Wall Street prosperity reaches dizzying, unsustainable heights as stock prices climb week after week. The Depression, 1935. The stock market crash of 1929 has devastated the city. Banks failed, factories closed, unemployment reaches catastrophic levels. Bread lines stretch for blocks as desperate men wait for food. Shanty towns called Hooverville spring up in parks and vacant lots, housing those who have lost everything. The Empire State Building, completed in 1931, stands largely empty. Few businesses can afford the rent, yet construction continues. The George Washington Bridge spans the Hudson River. Rockefeller Center rises in Midtown, providing thousands of desperately needed jobs. The city struggles but survives, testament to resilience and determination. Through all these transformations, New York demonstrates remarkable capacity for reinvention. from Dutch trading post to British colony, from young republic's port to Civil War powder keg, from Gilded Age inequality to modern metropolis. Each generation rebuilt the city, always reaching higher, always pushing boundaries of what seemed possible. Standing here now, examining these reconstructed images spanning nearly 3 centuries, we witness not just architectural evolution, but the story of America itself. New York absorbed waves of immigrants, survived economic collapse and social upheaval, and emerged as the greatest city America has ever known. This is the city that never stops reinventing itself.